It's evening time on sleradio.com. This is the Jeff Vicario show, back after an absence of a week, as it should be. I haven't done a show in 2 weeks. I've taken a break from recording, so I should be sort of fresh and ready to do something I've never done before, but most likely this is going to be pretty much the same kind of show as every previous one has been. That is to say, there's going to be music, there's going to be chat. Some of it is going to be on point, and most of it probably, rather less. So, as always, I am by myself, watching out from a window. This time, not on the balcony. This is a bedroom that I have purloined for this purpose. It is not my own, but nevertheless, I'm not going to start playing with the toy horses and whatnot. I'm going to try to focus really hard. The first song of this broadcast is brought to you by none other than the Flares, who a few weeks back actually, released a new single called Darkness is a Color Too. And I am so happy to be able to share it with you. I hope most of you have already heard it, but on the off chance that you haven't, you're gonna hear it now. I haven't heard it. I waited until I managed to curtail my enthusiasm and wait until this recording to actually listen to it. So join me in this journey towards wherever we're going. This is the Flares with Darkness is a Color Too.
On the ground in front of me.
darkness is a color too. Quite possibly my favorite song by the Flares thus far. Kind of, it is kind of standard practice for me to listen to a new song that I haven't heard before and try to find references. I can't quite help it, even though I do my best to not resort to the sort of lowest common denominator type of commentary or review, whatever it is, that is to say, sounds like this or that or the other, because everybody is, first of all, a slave, prisoner to their own influences, and they always kind of bleed through. You can't really help it. But more than that, the listener is a prisoner to their references, and with me, I always kind of fall back on the same ones because, they're the artists and whatnot that influenced me, so I keep hearing their influence in places even where it probably doesn't exist, which is why I try to resist to go down that route when I do this show. Why am I going on about this? I don't know. I will say, though, that the Flares sound quite unlike anyone I have ever heard. The only sort of reference point, and yeah, I'm sorry to make this kind of, but is actually early 2000s Depeche Mode when they went sort of full minimalist. How do you go full minimalist? Well, Exciter era, where they went all electro bleep bloop on us, but neglected to write good songs. I kind of liked, and especially have grown to like that style of production as I've gotten older, but I wish it had been backed up by some solid songwriting, which, incidentally, the Flares have by the bucket load. The quality of that song is undisputed. It is pretty much brilliant. I hesitate to use the word perfect because, but those are the kind of adjectives that are swirling around in my brain after listening to that awesome, beautiful, gorgeous, beguiling, and dark piece of music from the Flares. What else is there to say about that? Well, probably a lot, but I leave that up to your imagination, dear listener. Go find the Flares on Twitter. Go find them on Bandcamp and elsewhere, wherever their music may be, and leave a nice comment. Maybe say something nice. Because, what does it cost you? A precious 1 minute of your time. Plus, of course, all of the minutes you spend listening to the song. Still Life with Cat are back on my release radar, such as it is. I noticed that they have a new single out. I've played Pure Blow on an earlier episode, which was an early favorite of mine, but this is a new song, and it is called Brain. I kind of liked the sort of synchronicity of them releasing a song called Brain, and when one of the more recent songs that I'd written was called Mind, and I kind of, listen to this. Let's listen to this and then get back to it, and we'll see if there are any sort of musical points of convergence or whatever. I don't know. This is Jeff stumbling his way through another episode of JDS on SLEradio.com on a Tuesday evening in September.
There's a collision above your head. Sparks fall all over around your bed. Don't break the silence. Don't move at all. Feel intimate.
Well, nothing whatsoever to do with with the song that I was thinking of. Let's not go there. That was amazing. Rather too short for my taste. It could have gone on for a bit longer, but then I can always listen to it again. That was mind-bendingly beautiful. That's just, I mean, what a kickoff to a show. Probably my favorite, favorite start to an episode of this this show ever in the history of ever. Hyperbole aside. Well, not aside. I mean, there are not enough of positive descriptive words in the English vocabulary for me to to do that song justice. It was reminiscent of their earlier work, but what was sort of beguiling and intriguing and something to learn from for me was the way it pulsed, the way the rhythm was not. It was not an in-your-face type of beat, but more like a river that had a pulse or something like that, where it just goes, and then those voices, they are amazing. I don't know what I wish. Maybe that they would be like the biggest thing out of Italy since I don't know, something that came out of Italy. Good football, maybe. I don't know. But it was a gorgeous piece of music from Still Life with Cat. That song was called. Let me check. Well, yeah, it is such a complicated song title that I forgot it. That was called Brain, from Still Life with Cat from Italy, and one of my favorite artists. Not at all ashamed to admit that. Why would I be? Annie Nerschel was on my previous show, and she's going to be on this one too. But this is Annie with her band, which I believe was called The Union, and the song is called Alejandra. I'm not sure what to expect. I haven't listened to this, so it's going to be an interesting couple of minutes that we're going to listen to it, as always, on the Jeff Vicario Show.
This total tearing down wreck, it's a pain in my neck. I'm so glad to see you. I told you I loved you, but that's not the news. I refuse to turn this into a showroom, and I'll bet you it's just a bad look. It's a lie. All at once, I don't have to tell you. You're gonna make me lose my place now, Alejandra. It's too much for one night, so I'll try and find you. You're gonna make me lose my faith now, Alejandra. Regrets it, and I'm thrilled that she's fine. She's a kingmaker man, and one day she'll be mine. If I just
Annie Nerschel with Union Street. Not the Union. What the hell was I thinking? I was thinking of that old Kiss offshoot with Bruce Kulick. Or was it Bob Kulick? Well, whomever. Who else was in it? John Corabi. All those old hard rock dudes back when Kiss decided to put up back their makeup, and everybody who didn't wear makeup lost their jobs, even though they were much better musicians. Nevertheless, Annie Nerschel with... can't speak. Annie Nerschel and Union Street. That was the name of the artist. The song was called Alejandra. And what an amazing piece of music that was. Nice kind of move into a more traditional style of performance. I like the drums, kind of noisy and a little bit sort of hectic here and there with the fills and whatnot, but providing, propulsion and energy to the song. And I loved her. Annie's delivery is just something else. There's so much character and power and precision in the way that she sings that I venture a guess that she would be able to make absolutely anything sound good. Give her the most dismal, boring, repetitive song by, a modern pop star, auto-tuned piece of whomever, and I'm pretty sure she could make it sound amazing. A lovely piece of music there. I'm gonna be playing more from them. I have a couple of other goodies in store from both Annie's solo, was it an album or an EP? I forget. And another song from Union Street, her band. Speech is difficult. But anyway, Cat Bear is the way I segue into the next song because I'm such a pro. I know what I'm doing here. I'm gonna shut up soon. They have a new single out, which is called Girl Crush. Now, heard it yesterday, asked about a possibility for including it on the show, and they were amenable to my request. So here it is. I've played them before. They are my firm favorites, and I'm happy to have them on the show again. Well, let's have a listen to this absolute pop gem from Cat Bear. This is Girl Crush on sleradio.com on a Tuesday.
Just envious of your cool. In my head I am imagining
We could be a special day, maybe be significant. I just wanna girl crush over you all afternoon. I just wanna girl crush over you all afternoon. I just wanna girl crush over you all afternoon. So close in each moment over you all afternoon. I'm in love with the fantasy in my dreams. Wait, don't let me try to make this a reality. Wait, don't let me fall. I just wanna go crush over you all afternoon. I just wanna go crush over you all afternoon. I just wanna go crush over you all afternoon. So close in each moment over you all afternoon. I just wanna go crush over you all afternoon. I just wanna go crush over you all afternoon. I just wanna go crush over you all afternoon.
I believe I mentioned the word perfection earlier on this show. I'm gonna use it again. That was just perfection in musical form. I realized that there are any number of ways a song can be perfect. But as far as hitting just the right tone, the right the right vibe, whatever you want to call it. That almost made me cry. I'm not ashamed to admit it. It was very deeply, nakedly emotional, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. When pop songs are good, they are really good. I mean, there's nothing better than a great pop song. I mean, I've got nothing. I mean, I love me some really ugly music too. So ugly that it becomes beautiful. Case in point, Norwegian black metal from the 90s, which to me sometimes hits the same spot then in a weird way as that. It's not so much about what the song ostensibly is about, even though it's pretty obvious from the lyrics. It's more about whether it hits a certain spot in you, me, the listener, And that song was just like a warm blanket. And I would just definitely want to listen to that on a loop come December, when it's gonna be awful. I hate December. Christmas time is the worst. So stressful. So yeah, that's going on my playlist, which I haven't updated. I should probably do it today because I've got a ton of great music, great songs to add to that. Yes, I know. I've been speaking out against Spotify a bit on this show, but I use it. I have a playlist on there. You won't find my name, well, as an artist name, yeah, but I mean, I'm not a curator such as they are. But I do have a playlist where I collect songs on Spotify, good ones. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's called the Vicar's Faves of 2020 or something. If you want to look it up, you can find it on Spotify. But you won't find a user profile called Jeff Vicario because I'm there with my real name, which was that mouthful of this sort of mix of vowels and consonants that makes zero sense to. Most Finns don't pronounce my name correctly. Well, that's a joke. A bad one at that. Nevertheless, thank you to Cat Temper. I'm going to be playing Cat Temper too. This is a cat themed show. So we've had Still Life with Cat, we've had Cat Bear, and we're going to have Cat Temper too. But wait for it. It's going to be a while. So thank you to Cat Bear for sending me that beautiful song. That was Girl Crush. Do check them out everywhere and anywhere their music is being played. Next up, a song from Sunesis. This is from her EP, Music for Space Stations, that's been out for a while. I've played a song from that record on the show before, but this is another one. This is called Only We Know. This is the last one off of that EP. Another favorite of mine, but then that whole EP is pretty much perfect. Another word. This is a perfect show. But yeah, anyway, Sunesis, Only We Know.
Tell me your name, and I'll write a song for you. Yeah, tonight I give you the signs. This time, don't let it pass. 'Cause tonight I'm feeling alright. Feeling alright. Fly up to the sky. The stars hiding for us. Only we know what's going on when you say those words to move me, babe. Give me a reason, give me a mission, and I'll live the dream of flying free. Take me to series, take me there with you, and I know this feels not real.
That was Sunesis with a song called Only We Know. It's from her EP, which is called Music for Space Stations. And that EP is among my very favorites of the recent year or so. I forget when exactly it was released. Strongly recommended to everybody out there, but especially fans of the more sort of mellow and ambient side of the synth music, whatever, electronic music. Kind of, again, been pondering on the redundancy of labels and whatnot. recently. Anyway, that combination of synths, with that voice is exquisite and kind of puts me in a very introspective and mellow mood, which is a good thing because sometimes things get a little bit hectic inside my head when I'm doing this show. Like, just as that song was playing, I realized that the next song I have queued up is not supposed to be on the show, so I had to pause, readjust, and add the correct song, which is... Well, before I introduce the next song, thank you to Sunesis. I didn't even probably ask... specifically ask for her whether I could play her music on this particular show, but I have asked before, so I figured, well, I'm sure I have like a blanket